Thanks for staying with us. We've been having a very interesting conversation regarding a man who is uncomfortable with the quality of relationship maintenance of his wife. His wife has a talent for keeping relationships with the ex after 12 years, keeping relationship with business partner that is a man, and having conversations that the man feels uncomfortable with. This is a quality the woman values, that even though the man raised the issue, the woman did not change her mind. She feels that I can balance it well. Like, why are you being insecure? Like, it is you that you have the issue, not me. This man has decided that he feels the best kind of action is to separate from her. So the man is asking us, the ladies of your view, and Nigerians to advise him. Is it worth separation, or is it something that can be resolved? It led me to the question of obedience, because people kept asking, obey. If your husband says he does not like, they say, that means the food that your husband would not eat, you will not cook it in the house. Meanwhile, I actually do have a different menu from my husband's menu. But let's just continue with the line of thought. Should a woman always obey her husband? Is the word obedience a quality, a prerequisite for a good relationship? And is it a way to show respect and honor? That's where we're going to right now. How do we approach this? I know that Damola has been holding on, so please, Damola, jump in.
Okay, so before we go to this
new question,
the obedience question, I would like to answer your previous question on insecurity. See, as human beings, we feel different emotions. Insecurity, jealousy, love, hatred. It just determines, anger. We are the ones that determine to what extent we allow these emotions take over us. So being insecure is not a totally bad thing. It is not. It is not. So if your husband says, this thing makes me feel insecure, I think it is in the place of the woman to reassure him, because there will also be things that he must have done to which she complained about, and the husband has to step in, to reassure. In every relationship, you have to always ensure that you reassure your partner to make them feel comfortable that you are for them. And number two, I know the man has been saying that my wife is a Christian woman, this, that. But there are some things that Christian sisters are doing. If you see what Christian sisters are doing, I also think that because the woman knows that the husband is, a Christian and has all this, is a Christian basically.
It's a cool card.
Yeah, she's using that religious card to manipulate him, because she also said in that story that she has not heard from the Holy Spirit that what she's doing is disturbing her husband. Why do you have to wait for the Holy Spirit to minister to you when you can clearly see that
he's
he's
comfortable?
disturbed? So what are we saying?
Manipulation. You are smelling manipulation.
I'm smelling manipulation. She's using that Christian card. Maybe that's why the husband is refusing to believe. I think Uncle needs to face the reality that things happen, and don't let that Christianity thing becloud your judgments. And if you still feel uncomfortable and you talk with her and she does not want to go, maybe you should not separate, but let her miss you. Maybe go away for some time. Maybe she will understand the severity of what she's doing, because sometimes some people just need that advantage.
You have a call.
Yes, he can.
Let me take this call, and then I'm trying to understand. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sunday Joseph.
You are?
Sunday Joseph.
Oh, Mr. Joseph, welcome to the show all the way from Kwara State. Go ahead with your contributions, please.
Thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Yay! Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My opinion on that issue is, like, my own, on the day of my wedding day, I have to remove the SIM card and break it immediately. So anything connecting her with the ex is already gone. Secondly, another point, even though another relationship must come in, you must respect your husband's decision. Thank you very much.
Mr. Joseph, your own is serious, so
you broke the
SIM. Broke the SIM.
Yes. Both in and front. those things has passed away. Everything has become new.
So that she cannot communicate with the previous people. Oh.
Did you delete her Facebook account?
Sorry, did you marry a much younger person?
Yes, of course.
Mr. Joseph, God is watching you. Men, I would not want to be in that relationship. By the way, I'm a very, very strong-headed, let me not use a bad word to the strong-headed person. I'm the kind of person that you need to convince me beyond all reasonable doubt as to why your line of conversation or what you're just saying is worth me obeying you. Because I cannot just, if you are my husband, I will respectfully disagree.
Which is fine.
And establish why I feel...
Which is fine. No. Toby, I think we should define this thing very extensively.
Yes.
I stated to you earlier that I don't have issues with you being close with your exes or having relations with them.
That word close should not even be there.
No, hold on. It is the definition and the quality of the closeness that is the issue. So now there's a saying in PG where they go say, now old firewood, they quick catch. For that ex of 12 years, because we seem to be forgetting him. What are you discussing the husband that you married with ex of 12 years ago with? What is his business? What business does he have? Listening about this, about your husband, his business, your marriage.
Let's take an international
Ex, no get wife.
This you and this firewood matter.
Calm down.
Please. Mike has called in from Italy. Welcome to the show. Good morning. I know people in diaspora have this challenge.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Program. Yeah, what I want to contribute is this.
Okay.
You see, to me, I don't think the husband is fair. It's fair as well. You know? Because you are married. Not married doesn't mean that the custom is fair. When we are talking about marriage, we are talking about marriage, not relationship. Marriage out, you are of your partner. You are confident of your partner even when you are sleeping. You understand? But you see, when you begin to see your wife interacting with exes or this or that, you know, she has decided to set food for you. Have it as a man that your wife at any point will always relate to her home, to her exes. It could be business benefits. For example, my wife is here. She interacted with a lot of men, even in hotels. You understand?
And you trust her.
Because I know her, I know she's my wife.
So
I have confidence man. It's only a promiscuous man that will not his wife. And it's only a promiscuous woman that will not trust the husband. So this is vice versa. So when a man is engaging with his exes, it is before the society. But when a woman engages with her ex or her exes, it's Nigeria. No, it's not. Women are here. You should give the woman the free hand. And what if you are married to her and she is married to you? Let that trust be there. Now I'm in my wife is Nigeria. I am confident. I even when she said, I'm in the office, I'm going for a meeting. Even this last ride you are enjoying in Lagos, it's one of those that you're lucky, and I know what you went through. But it doesn't change my mind because I know she's my wife. She has settled for me, and I have settled for her. So my point is this. Any man does not have confidence in his wife, that man is vicious. And any woman that doesn't have confidence in her man, the woman also is suspicious. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike. I love your contribution. I love the confidence you have in yourself and the confidence you've invested in your partner. I want to believe that she's earned your confidence with her character. That is not just that you are giving it. Because I have two people here who seem to have a high level of distrust for this, our dashing, trust like that, and you want to investigate in total, you have to prove to me beyond all reasonable doubts that yes, you are.
So.
No, I don't think it is right for me to have to carry the burden of a man's insecurity.
Exactly.
No, we're not talking about. I think everybody is not understanding where we are coming from.
What if the lady is simply doing business with this man?
Okay, good. You are
the
simply
man
doing
highlighted.
business, but the conversation seen by your husband doesn't tell that.
Yes,
That's
so
where
you
we
would,
are going.
we would eliminate those conversations.
Well, she should be able to set boundaries. You are having business. It's like somebody doing business with me and saying, oh, I own a company. Oh, I want to do this. I want to employ your services for this. And then I say, okay, this is how much it will cost. And then that's us discussing. Oh, then we go from how you day, I day fine. How family, we day fine. After that, we end it. Not, how I say, well, my husband, there's a way he behaved, I didn't really like it.
But if you are in the mood that day, Ade has called in, let's take Ade's call. What if he calls you and he's saying, your voice is sounding somehow. Your voice is sounding somehow. You now say,
Go and tell that someone, that's why you have a husband.
Welcome to the show.
You can't meet your counselor.
That the husband is the reason that your voice is
Don't
sounding
lose that call.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good morning. Number one, I'm totally against any wife or husband getting in touch with their exes.
Okay.
It's wrong. That's number one. If you get in touch with your exes, that means something is wrong in that marriage. That you are experiencing the previous nothing you have together, and you are missing it, and you are not remembering your exes. So you must not remember your exes. Focus on your marriage and move on. Secondly, I hear people say you don't trust your wife, don't trust your husband. Well, did the Bible tell you should trust your wife? It said love your wife. Even the Bible said don't trust anybody. So why should you put trust there? You can only trust God. Because I'm totally against that. But the Bible says love your wife. Wife, submit your body, everything you have to your husband. That's what the Bible teaches us. It didn't say you should trust anybody. Why are you getting in touch with your exes? Because you are remembering something you are missing during those days. That's why you are remembering your
Mr.
exes.
Ade from London. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Oh, it's making you go,
please.
They don't
I
know
need
that
some.
things are happening.
Things are happening.
I need
yes.
some interesting
agree
perspective
with
that
you.
is not conspiracy and suspicious in
Yes.
nature. Let me hear from.
There's a
Toby.
quote to the pure. All things are pure. In my head, like I mentioned earlier, my relationship before didn't mean anything, and then I say to people that you cannot marry everyone you ever dated. So does that mean that for the 5 people you dated, you would have to sever that relationship?
No, of course.
Calm down. And I feel that there's a bigger problem, especially with our society, knowing fully well that there's an ideal situation, especially when we talk about Christian woman or Christian man, there's an ideal. If we begin to question the identity of that person, then that person is not the word Christian, right? So I think there are bigger issues surrounding the fact that based on our experience, we don't even trust. We don't even believe that these things actually exist, that somebody can exist relating with an ex and not have anything to do with the person.
Let me take Oyekon, then I'll come to. Welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you very much. Like I've said, most of the time, men feel inferior about themselves if their wife is working and they're earning more salary better than them. That one is number one. Number two, you have the wife, concerning the business, you have the wife, she should open up. You see, in marriage life, there is what they call misunderstanding or lack of information. Even as long as you relate together, one-on-one, okay, I'm going for business in America, this is what I'm doing. Trust is not just overnight. Trust is building trust, right? As you earn respect. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to America with my man, my business partner, that is a man, this and this and this is what we're going to do. Even if she sees two of you holding your hand together, she still gives a confidence in himself. But a situation where he's telling you he doesn't like the relationship between you and the man, you that are making out that you don't like the relationship between two of them, are you dropping any money in the house? If you are not dropping any money, she will not listen to you because she's the breadwinner of the house. That's the reality. This is Nigeria. There is no more the man that is making the money. Basically, and I'm repeating myself, it is the wife that is the breadwinner with due respect, even inside the Bible, the Adam and Eve. Because it was the woman that went to go and bring the fruit, that the man was jobless, and he gave him the food to eat. Women is always at the top. With due respect, when they have money, forget that. Not all of them.
Thank you, Mr. Oyeko. I'm not a fan of absolutes because I don't think anything in the world is absolute. There are always different gray areas, different shades of gray. It's not just all black and white. Right. But I knew you wanted to say something before the call came in.
Yes, I want to establish that cheating doesn't have to be physical. It can also be emotional. When you are giving your attention to someone else that is not your spouse, or your partner, you are giving them information about how your day went, you get a new dress, you take a picture and say, how do I look? You are forming intimacy. You are sexting. You know, doing things that giving the person the attention that you would have otherwise given to your partner, then you are cheating. It does not have to be physical. Also, for this man, I do not want to totally establish that he's insecure to an extent, because if he was, he won't have even sent his friend or business partner to go and check this lady in the first. Yes, he sent this guy to go and check her out for me, and they did not get back to him. And he still did not consider that after 10 years when they reconnected, he still got married to her. And he's complaining that this relationship that you have, you know, you've already sown that distrust in his heart. So if it was just platonic, I don't think he would have had a problem with it. And that is where Toby is missing it. Toby is thinking that...
It's my opinion.
Okay, it's your opinion. It's okay, it's your opinion.
View.
Okay. Because what you're saying is that this man wants this lady to totally cut off all her exes or male friends. No. He's saying that you should not be giving them the same attention that I cry for. Don't be giving it to somebody else. So there should be boundaries. The woman should learn to, you know, set boundaries.
I'll come to you maybe later after taking the call from Oduto. Oduto, welcome to the show. Good morning. Hello, listen to us in the studio. You are live. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
You is listening, is watching and listening to the TV. Please, just when you call, are you still there?
Yes, please.
Please just listen to me and talk to us in the studio street.
Okay.
Through your phone, not the TV.
Okay. I want to make a contribution, and I want to use my own experience about it.
Okay.
Very early period of my marriage life, I was throwing with my wife, and on our way she met with her ex, who was already jubilating, seeing her on the road, but my wife snubbed her. Badly, I was furious. As the man just bypassed us, I now stopped my wife. I said she should go and...
Mr. Oduto, please reduce the volume of your TV. We are hearing ourselves through you.
I'm hearing you.
All right, continue.
Yeah. Then
We're so sorry. The audio is bad. You need to reduce the volume of it. We'll have to cut you off. You could call back and tell us your story. When you call us back, please listen with your phone. Don't listen to the TV because the TV is delayed by a few seconds. And then you reduce or mute the TV when you're talking to us. That's the way to ensure that the audio is clean for those watching at home. Let's bring it in. He said that his wife snubbed the ex when they were taking a stroll and they met the ex. And I guess he was happy about that.
Say he called that back. He drew his attention to the... Yes.
So I also know that there are stories where you're having... We've had this conversation I wrote it down when she was talking. You know, you mentioned the fact that it's not about the trust. It's not about a physical thing. It's about the emotional attachment, and the man
Intimacy.
is feeling insecure about the fact that you are confiding in someone. You're getting succor from another man, not me. I would not want to. I wouldn't want that either. It doesn't have to be physical cheating. So, where do you stand concerning this? I also want us to start heading towards giving him a solution. Should he separate? How should he deal with the situation? We need to round off.
So actually, I have an ex who got married to someone else. And then after about 2-3 years of this, we rekindled relations, speaking with each other, and, you know, and all of that. And so he was actually the one who got away. So for me, it was cool. I didn't have an issue with it. And then on this certain day, he would usually call me, ask me the most random things. Oh, I want to invest in so and so business. My friend told me this. What do you think about it? You know, you have this media knowledge, and you help people to consult sometimes. And I gave. Then he will call and say, hey, so now there's somebody in my wife's family that is something. And I said, why would they tell you to pay for that? It doesn't make sense to me. Then after a while, and I said, wait, why am I advising you? Till the day he now called me at 2 in the morning. I just finished 9 devotion on special prayer. And then my phone rings. So I pick it up immediately and I'm like, what's going on? Is something wrong? He's like, no, I'm at home. I'm in my study. I wanted to talk to you. And then he starts talking about, and I said, sorry, please, where is your wife? And he said, she's in the room. She's sleeping. I said, then why are you telling me?
Red flag.
Why are you not telling her? I had to admit to myself that, okay, it's obvious this person still has an attachment to me. If I don't end this thing,
you will become the third person in their marriage.
So the truth is, I'm coming from this angle in the place of, it's not that this guy, see, men know when somebody else is interested in their wife.
It's true.
Men can tell without the woman knowing. She's just busy going up and down. Oh, how are you? Okay. From the way the man says, oh my fine girl. You think it's a compliment. The man is going, are you playing? That's my wife. That's my woman. So the truth is, men know when someone else wants their woman. Now, we know when someone else wants our man. But here's what we are doing now in this matter. Women like to want to form, he's just my friend. Nothing is going on. But when it's a woman going after your man and your man is being relatable, I don't like that lady. What does she want with you? What do people do together? Let's be truthful. Let's be truthful. Before fire go burn you, make sure say you no go near the fire, unless you go catch.
Yeah, I'll come to you after I take this call from Tosin. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Tosin.
Good morning, madam.
Welcome to the show. It's nice to have a woman calling in. We've been hearing from so many men. Who do you blame?
I blame the woman. My marriage is going to 20 years now.
Wow.
And I think my first temptation, let me say it that way, was because I felt it's just a friend. You understand? And it's getting close. But I didn't notice on time until I found myself in it. So I see no reason. For me, I see no reason. Nobody can ever tell me, hey, I like you, let's be close. I can never give in for that because I'm a good Christian. So, and I don't want to fall into temptation. So, okay, why am I keeping you as my friend? Okay, we can't talk business and end this on business. So you start telling me, okay, you're my friend, you call me today, how are you? You call me in the evening, how are you? Are you back from work? What did you eat?
No.
Let's make video calls. I miss those days when we're together.
Wow.
So that's when
inappropriate conversations.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tosin. Because I really want us to round up. I want us to talk about something less relationship-ish. You know, we have another topic I would like us to talk about: the prostrating, kneeling down, and let's just go a bit political for a while. Okay. But it's like we don't have the time for that. So we're going to continue this conversation, but let's try and bring in a solution. You know, let's try and bring in, if you find yourself in this situation, what do you do? How do you handle it? I know Toby has been waiting to get in. If you are the woman and it's coming to your attention that, hey, because obviously everybody, like 90% of the callers are saying there is a fault with the woman. You must have triggered this insecurity. You are smelling what you don't want to eat as a Christian. You are dancing around where you don't want to be seen, that kind of thing. So how would would you like the woman to deal with this in line of getting solution across to this man who's thinking of separation?
So the first thing I would say is that true business partners would have some involvement in their families at some point. So, for example, if there is a meeting for 7 p.m. and the other person is saying, sorry, I can't be at the meeting. My child is ill. I need to attend to my child. The conversation can move from that, my child is ill, to maybe in 2 weeks' time, how is your child doing? You see? So when we begin to just understand that true business partners are involved in their lives. So looking at rich men, when you see that they're going on holiday or they're celebrating their birthdays, they take their families along and they pull each other to say, okay, we're having this event. So let's not restrict it to say once you're a business partner, keep it as business. The second thing I was going to say is that know thyself, right? There's a popular quote that says, know thyself. I know who I represent, I know what I stand for, and I'm able to consistently show it to my husband that there is nothing here. Even in cases where he has things to worry about, I say, come and speak with this guy. You don't even know that he's doing X, Y, Z. And he reaches out to the person, or maybe I tell the other person to reach out to him, and they're bonding. And they're like, oh, there's a business, and, you know, life just moves on from there. I think that the world is really a beautiful place if we can see it through that lens. Thank you.
Okay. So, I have a caller. Welcome to the show. Do I still have you there?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is a very good and very interesting topic.
Okay.
I first of all want to appreciate and commend the lady in Ankara and the lady sitting beside her. I actually love the way they massage their points. And then, as far as I'm concerned, it is not a total bad idea for a lady or a man associating with their associates, ex-associates. But the extent to which the association is what matters. But when it's now getting to a point that a man is now feeling uncomfortable, it must have been something that the man has seen or have discovered. And I think when the man now begins to complain, the honorable thing for a good woman, for a good wife, is to adjust. If the woman is insisting that she will continue in the habit, she's already telling the man that she is ready for separation. But in this matter, if I were to be the man, I will not fight. I will not go angry. What I will simply do is just gather my ex and former associates and then start relating with them, calling them, talking, ask them to be calling me freely.
Mr. Joseph!
And I will now see how she will
This
now...
is Mr. Joseph.
For that now.
That will be a very good judgment. Then secondly, Mr. Presenter, when you throw a topic to the public, you are supposed to be neutral. In your body language and your transit, it seems as if you are trying to support one side. I think you're supposed to be neutral. That's my observation.
Okay, this show is called Your View. I can have an opinion, but on this particular topic, I'm actually, it can swing any way, because the truth is, there can be a story. This story can actually be that a man is being insecure, and that's we must acknowledge. And it could also be that the woman is triggering an insecurity.
And it doesn't mean you are wrong.
It doesn't mean that the man is wrong to feel insecure, and it doesn't mean that the woman is right to say, I can make my decision by myself. But majority of our callers feel like there's a responsibility for the woman that she should dial back. on the relationship skills that she is exhibiting. However, we are not talking to the woman right now. You know, our conversation, the message came from the man. I don't think he's going to sit down and ask his wife to watch the show so that she will get the lesson. But in case you are watching the show, madam, please, we trust you as a daughter of Zion that you're not doing anything. But for the sake of peace and your marriage, kindly step back from any, even if what you seem as non-intimate, step back from those kind of relationship that your husband has flagged. Now, we'll now talk about how the man can deal with it if the woman is not willing to listen. Let's take the call and then you guys can stew on how you would like him to approach it. Welcome to the show, Remy.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller as well.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the show. Now, my own case is a bit different because we are not married, but we are close to getting married then. So, there's this man that normally calls her then every time, and she told me the man is her boss at work. I notice anytime she's about to pick the call, or the man calls, she's reluctant because she'll be somehow. I was like, it's your son, I'll pick the call. So, but I was suspecting the call. So one fateful day, she was asleep. I just went through her phone and I discovered and I read the chat. I saw they were actually dating. I saw so many while she was sleeping. So I just screenshot the whole thing, and when she left, I now sent it to her husband. So after going through it, she now came back and was starting to give me. I said, look, okay, we are planning to settle down. And you're actually dating your boss. And you told me it's just your boss. You didn't tell me we are dating. And she was like, they are trying to stop it now, and this and this and that. I was like, okay, what do I need to do now? I cannot ask you to resign. So, I don't know. So what do you think to that? Men saying that they cannot stand their wife being friends with their ex. I've seen a lot. Yeah. Just like my case. Supposing we are married already. And before I found out they were getting all there. All I have done.
Thank you so much, Remy. I'm sure that, Ojutiri. Yeah, I think that's it. So you can see why when you said maybe the actions triggered the insecurity or because you've heard stories, you've seen some yourself, you've experienced some personally yourself, and like this man now, he would check his wife's phone. If you tell him not to check his wife's phone,
even if he gets married to that person,
he would check his wife's phone. And imagine if he had married the woman and they found out that, oh, my boss was actually my date boss, like they were dating. But like I said, we're almost out of time. We want to find solutions for this man. Should he separate? Is that the line of action for his sanity? Like, is the next woman going to be better than his current wife? Amola?
So you just gave you one bad eye.
Don't try yourself.
Mr. Narrator, my advice to you is that you should still give it some time. Keep letting her understand that her actions are actually affecting you. Unless there's nothing at stake, that's when she would not oblige or listen or be sensitive to your feelings. Maybe there's nothing you're offering her in the relationship or marriage, so she's willing to throw it all away because of our relationship. But if she knows that there's something to lose, and you establish it, and she knows that she will lose you forever, I believe she would change. But if she does not change, I think you should just take a vacation, maybe for like 3-4 weeks. Let her look for you. Let her miss you.
The guy
exactly.
Will be calling every time.
Let her miss you so that she would realize her mistake. And if she does not realize a mistake from there, just go. That's my advice to you. I wish you all the best.
Do you want to add to the advice for him, or would you like to advise men generally?
So I would advise men generally to, when we say marry a kind person and be with a person that values you, that statement cannot be overemphasized. Because the person who values you will value your word, will value your concerns, all right? To men out there, it's not just about, Manchester and Azuka and, Nkiru. No, it's not just about that. Oh, please, no shade to Nkiru. Nkiru is my girl. But I'm just saying, it's not just about physique and all of that. You need to check, is this a person that would actually listen to me when I say something? Is this a person that cares about my opinion? Because these are the things, this thing we are discussing is great grounds for divorce. In law. Like, he can actually literally present all the evidence he has and say, she's having intimate conversations, I don't trust her anymore, something is going on. If they get separated for 2 years, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. So, if it's somebody who really cares, this matter would not have gotten to your view.
But he loves his wife. Or...
That's the point.
The man is even inviting his wife to lunch. And you know, the wife even
Carry your husband along now. You carry your husband along. Carry your children.
Well, we're trying to advise.
She already tried to bring this man in.
Let's
he's still inviting her.
Let me ask everybody to advise women, because Toby seemed to be is someone who's had ex that she's in conversations with, but they were never intimate or having any. Toby is a daughter of Zion.
Amen.
And she's been able to find that balance. And I would like you to advise women generally, especially for wives that are looking at themselves and like saying, I will see school, like I have masters from Kineko University.
These are some of
Why
the
do you
issues.
want, you cannot just tell me to obey. I can't just, why would I just obey? And they are finding themselves like, this is a good business relationship and my husband is insecure, I don't want to do this. How would you advise a woman who is trying to balance her self of identity, independence, and yet manage the relationship she's in as a wife?
Thank you. So, there's an hierarchy. I'm a Christian, which is why I would just use this example. So there's God, there's the man, there's the husband, not the man, because you are equal to
The
Man.
a man, but you are not equal to your husband. So there's the husband, and then there's the wife before the children come in. So the husband is an higher authority over you. If all has been said and done, and you've had conversations with this person, right, saying that there's nothing there, you know how we can be and all that, but please, for the sake of peace in your home, please let the conversation reduce, right? Let it reduce. And I think that if we go that route to then giving space between those conversations, by the time we come back again to resurface those conversations, it will be easier for us to blend in. But as a business partner, it is well. So that's all.
It's that the intimate conversation should end, not
intimate
reduce.
conversations, please end it today, like now, please. End the intimate conversation
End
now.
the intimate conversation, end it. Set your boundaries.
Set
Biko.
your boundaries.
You are
please.
somebody's wife.
You are somebody's wife.
Amen.
Amen.
Interesting. For you know, when we're talking about this thing, we're talking about people's life. Like somebody can't sleep because of this challenge, and there are many people that this is their reality. They are looking at their partner and they're like wondering, do I really want to be here? So I love the different perspective we've brought into this conversation. Obviously the woman, and if you're a woman that you're in a relationship with your ex, or you not relationship, if you are a woman and you are in close communication with your ex, please, and your spouse is not comfortable with it, that combination cannot work. You cannot have close communication with an ex that your spouse is not comfortable with. That should be broken off. Yeah. If you have a business partner that your spouse is not comfortable with as well, if you cannot cut off the business relationship entirely, then ensure that there's nothing intimate and it's strictly business, and there are boundaries to the kind of relationship and conversation you are having.
Of course.
Finally, we're meant to support one another. So if I see a weakness, I would work on it.